Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hello, fine folks. This is Freedom Fighter, and welcome to Goldilocks Global Banking News. I am your host. Just got off with Goldilocks, and we went over some very extensive, very important information related to the RV, whereby in December there will be a completion of certain standards and data that all of the major financial institutions that we need for the RV to happen, these financial institutions will collectively finalize certain digitized standards that will be ready to be interfaced into the global quantum financial system. These standards will go into the Federal Register, whereby many of you have been hearing Goldilocks sharing for the last year or so about the new laws that go active into the Federal Register that we needed for the RV and for the quantum financial system. Many of those laws went into effect in October. Many in September. Some of the final ones for the digitizing of and the interfacing of the quantum financial system will now go into effect in December. Goldilocks is sharing that in December, the Financial Data Transparency Act will be fully digitized and ready to be interfaced with the global quantum financial system. You may want to know, of course, what is the Financial Data Transparency Act? Before we tell you what it is, let's share with you what the agencies are, the financial agencies are, that are connected to all of the currencies that we hold, and also the technology within these agencies that will be connected to each other. So, for example, let's say whatever currency you presently hold, no matter what currency that is, the Department of the Treasury is a part of this new standards that go into effect in December. Remember, I've said the United States Department of Treasury is the king of the RV. So, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, under the umbrella of the Department of Treasury, is a part of this new standard that's going into effect next month. The Federal Reserve as well. The Federal Reserve, as you may know, is where our currency, the US dollar, of course, is under the Federal Reserve, but ultimately under the Department of the Treasury, since the Federal Reserve has been rolled under the Department of the Treasury since 2018, when President Trump did so. Then we had the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, insuring up to $250,000 at banks within the U.S. And if you want information on where to protect in excess of $250,000, you're more than welcome to come into the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room, where Wiley has shared invaluable nuggets on how to protect your money above $250,000 in the banking system. Also part of the standards that go live in December is under the National Credit Union Administration. Is it possible that you might deposit some of your money into some credit unions after you exchange? Another agency is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the Federal Housing Finance Agency, the Commodities Future Trade Commission also is a part of these collective agencies, these financial institutions, whereby the standards, the global standards relative to the quantum financial system and absolutely connected to our currencies, the Commodities Future Trade Commission, CFTC, is a part of this new standards going live next month. Are you aware that the currencies that you hold, dinar, dong, USD, and others, all of these currencies will be backed by commodities? That's why it's important for you to understand and know the Commodities Future Trade Commission is a part of the standards, the new banking standards that go live next month. The SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, whereby our paper currencies and digital currencies are regulated. And yes, as Goldilocks has shared and has proven, the currencies are also registered under the Securities and Exchange Commission. There's these rules that are established in these data standards to promote financial regulatory data across all of those agencies that I just mentioned: Department of Treasury, the Commodities Future Trade Commission, the FDIC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, and all of these agencies that Goldilocks shared. They will share data amongst each other in the new quantum financial system, including the data that will record our exchanges in the new banking system, our currency exchanges. According to current information, the final rule for the Financial Data Transparency Act, it will be released next month, 2024. I'm going to repeat this title again. Financial Data Transparency Act. The fact of the matter is, folks, we're exchanging into the new banking system. Many of you will hold your wealth in the banking system, whether it be at a tier 1 bank, credit union. It may even be at a private wealth management firm. No matter where you house your money, the Financial Data Transparency Act that goes live next month, December 2024, the money that you hold, the transactions that we participate in, many of the institutions where that money will grow, there will be data that will be exchanged amongst each other in these institutions. Agencies are required to finalize the joint standards within 2 years of the Act's enactment. It actually started in 2022 and it's done. The comment period was up until October the 21st of this year and it's done. Therefore, in December, they go live. The Financial Data Transparency Act. I'm going to break it down. Financial, of course, meaning money. Data, the exchange of data within the quantum financial system. Transparency. Folks, transparency is the number one responsibility, the number one performance data for the quantum financial system, meaning that everything is transparent for us in the new banking system. No more manipulation, no more hidden fees. Everything is transparent. This is why the Financial Data Transparency Act is so important that Goldilocks is sharing. And it requires federal financial regulators to establish joint data standards. The joint data standards is joint, meaning two or more financial institutions that not only exchange data amongst each other, but when we exchange our currency, it's transparent on both sides of the transaction to understand and know that our exchanges are accurate when we exchange our money, and every transaction in the quantum financial system is transparent, so there is nothing hidden from us. These standards will make the data machine readable in the quantum financial system, meaning the algorithms will be instant and transparent, which means it can be processed by a computer, such as with artificial intelligence and no human intervention. You may not or may be aware that in the old financial system, the reason for the currency devaluations and manipulation was because of the human intervention. That all goes away in the quantum financial system. Within the new financial data standards, there are what are called common identifiers, which means that it's an open system for legal entities to identify certain algorithmic identifiers. This is all technology. You'll never see it with the human eye. But this technology is what will enable our exchanges to happen instantly and transparently in the QFS. The implementation stage of all that we have been studying, Goldilocks is sharing for the last 4 years, is about to be implemented globally. I'm going to repeat that. The implementation stage of all that we've been studying for the last 4 years is about to be implemented globally beginning next month. January, there's additional international standards that go live that Goldilocks has been sharing that interlinks with these standards that go live globally next month in December. That's why there's no coincidence that Iraq has stated there's certain shift that they will end and begin by the end of December. Goldilocks is also sharing that the Financial Data Transparency Act was actually passed by Congress in December of 2022 as a part of a defense funding bill, which means that they made sure they pushed this through. The proposed rule ended again on October the 21st, which means that now they go live 60 days after, which takes us to December. The Financial Data Transparency Act requires financial data to be digitized, folks. What did Iraq announce earlier this year? That they have digitized their banking system. Goldilocks has been sharing how Iraq and the U.S. has been operating in parallel, both in regulations and the digitizing of not only our banking systems, but our ports. Our ports and their ports in Iraq. The purpose of the Financial Data Transparency Act Goldilocks is sharing is to improve the quality, value, and accessibility of financial data, making it easier for the banks to analyze, compare, and also for us to access our money. For those of you who may be afraid of the banking system, there's options, there's alternatives. Do your own research. You can also come into the Goldilocks QFS Dialogues room where we may be able to share that with you. Link will be in the description. There are many benefits to the Financial Data Transparency Act, and that it will improve public access to financial data, which can lead to greater transparency and accountability, which is protection for us in the quantum financial system. President Trump, executive order in 2018, initiated the Quantum Initiative Act. No coincidence, he's back to finalize and complete what he started. No coincidence, December, these new standards, global standards for the quantum financial system go live. No coincidence, additional international standards for currency exchange rates go live in January. The Financial Data Transparency Act, under the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Again, this is under the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Little did many know that our currency is governed by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, ultimately under the Department of Treasury, which is the king of the RV. I hope you're connecting the dots. We hope that you can see how everything is coming together in God's timing. We are on our way. Be well, be in love. Unconditional love. Take care.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.